Taking a cue from Brooklyn's Brennan and Carr, we're making a roast beef sandwich that is dipped in a most delicious way. They dip it in a variety of ways. That gives you options. And who doesn't like options when you're talking about roast beef and sandwiches and dipping and cheese and straight effing deliciousness? We're going to roast our own little fellow here. This is eye of round. It's not expensive. We'll slow roast it. We'll slice it super thin. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Make our own jus. The thing will be fantastic. Let's start by making a little rub seasoning for this kid, because that's where some flavor starts. That is heavy, you can hear a little mortar and pestle. And we're using it because I'm starting with some dried rosemary. And it would be fine like this, but I like it crushed up, and this is the easiest way to do it. You tried cutting this with a knife to make it finer, and it's impossible. So in you go, and just get this smaller. You know what I mean? Smaller? More dust-like. Not coffee grounds, but there you go, that. And now with that in there, we add the rest of our ingredients, and this will become some garlic powder, some onion powder, SPG, salt, pepper, garlic powder, but I wanted more garlic than the BFF has, so hence the extra. And now 2 liquids. One, it's about 1.5 teaspoons of soy, and the other will be olive oil. And this will now become a beautiful little paste, and we mix. Right, let's get the little eye. Here's our guy back, and here's a little rack. I like to cook it on a rack, just get it off the deck. So now we're gonna do this. A little massage, as they say, and everything gets incorporated beautifully. Great, don't forget the side. This is about 2.5 pounds. I think it was about $7.90 a pound, something like that, which these days for a beef product is pretty good. But you're not cutting this and cooking it like a steak, that's for sure. It needs a little more time than that. Okay, I think I'm set. This guy is going into my oven at 275, which is fairly low. I'm gonna leave it in there, probably gonna be a couple hours until it hits somewhere between 125 and 130 degrees. But in the meantime, we'll come back and we'll make our jus for dipping. Jus, spelled J-U-S. All right, let's begin with a little pot. I love saying that. Ooh, too hot. Oil. Yes, the two together are perfect. And some onion. Look, the jus at Brennan and Carr, I'm quite certain, is a much more sophisticated version. But we're doing a home version, and it'll be great. So let's let these onions soften a bit. So give them, 6, 7, 8 minutes until they start to get some nice color on them. And when they've got nice color like that, squeeze in some garlic. Beautiful. Little mix. Let that get fragrant. And when it does, we'll put in beef stock. I have about 3 cups here. This now will start to simmer. Well, it will in a minute. But before it does, let's add a couple things. About 1 tablespoon of Dijon. Beautiful. A couple splashes of Worcestershire. Oh my God, the lid's off the top. Holy shit. I may have to add more beef broth. A little thyme, about 1/2 teaspoon. Same with rosemary. I'm not worrying about crushing this up because we're gonna strain this when it's all over. And some salt and pepper, like that. And we can now mix. And I want this to come to a little boil. We'll turn it down to a simmer and we'll leave it for 15, 20 minutes. All I can smell is effing Worcestershire. Damn it. Boil, turn down to a simmer. We're gonna leave this alone until it gets really delicious. And we're there. I can't wait. But I don't want it with all this stuff in here, so we're gonna strain it using my strainer that I've not had a chance to use yet. I don't know what the proper name is, but the casual name for this is Chinese hat. I hope I'm not, I mean, come on. I didn't come up with the name. Is that really
so bad?
I don't know, but I can see somebody having an issue with it.
No, I know. I'm just saying, why is that so bad? A Chinese hat, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's so bad because it's
making fun of
because it's 2023 and somebody's gonna go. That's.
It's like you can't even say something is a Chinese hat.
Apparently
looks like a
you
Chinese
can't.
Hat.
Apparently you can't. Okay, so when we go, and I hope I'm not gonna. Oh boy. Everything I thought wasn't supposed to happen did. But you know what? There's an actual hole at the bottom of this thing here. Look. Do you see the hole?
Oh, that's offensive to Chinese people.
No, I'm saying the hole let some of my shit through that I didn't want. And I made a fucking mess. God damn it. All right, I'm cleaning this up. The roast beef is coming out and we're making an amazing sandwich. Well, here we are. I pulled it at 127 degrees. I let it cool on the counter for about 45 minutes and it's been in my fridge for a couple hours. You could easily do this the day before. So before I do anything, I'm gonna take these juices that are here and pour them into our little jus that's warming beside me, because there's a lot of flavor and you don't want to use that. All right, we're gonna slice this on a new slicer, wait for it, but first we have to make it a little smaller because it won't quite fit. And we give it one cut like this. Oh, look at that, lovely. And that color, that even color, is a result of it being cooked slow and low in the oven. Ultimately, it was slightly more than 2 hours at 275 degrees. And that's exactly what you want. So let's do this. And now for the slicer. And here it is. You know, we've wanted a slicer for a while, and we finally said, what the heck, you know, build it and they will come. So now that we've got this, now we can do all kinds of shit. Good shit, I mean. But you know, I've never used it, so you know how I am with things. So here's what we do. We lift this, we go here, and that will keep our little friend in place. Now we have to decide how big the slices we want. God, please let this go well. It's when you come back that the slices get made, like this. Oh, look it. Look it. Look how thin. I think that's perfect. I've got it at 1.5. Look at this. It's at 1.5. For like $7.92 a pound, I'm pretty damn happy. I'd be happier if this was sort of staying in its place a little better. I think if the meat was fully chilled, like overnight, it'd be better, but let's just make some slices.
There you go.
Oh, this is what we want. And we want a decent amount. Yeah, 24 hours in my fridge would have made all the difference in the world. But who cares, because look at what we got going. Boys, would you like a bite?
Yes.
Maxie, Chancy. I mean, it's deli roast, it's freaking deli roast beef. I'm gonna make a little bit more. Eye of round, I love you. Normally I wouldn't be saying that, but I think I got enough. Can we make a sandwich?
Yes.
One more. All right, let's turn it off. Boys, we just got into the deli business. Our new friend is gonna come in very handy. So let me move it. Oh God. Now here's what I'm thinking. We're using a Kaiser because it's the way to go, and it looks like that. It was a plain topped Kaiser when I bought them this morning. I brushed it with a little egg white and sprinkled on some black and white sesame seeds and a little dried garlic. So take the lid off. One thing I'm putting is some horseradish sauce. That's horseradish mixed with mayo. You can buy it done, you can mix it yourself, but something about roast beef and horseradish sauce that works for me in a very big way. Here's what we're doing. My research tells me that in some cases they take some cheese and they take those pieces of cheese and they put them in between a giant stack of roast beef. So let's get our guy set for success. Like this. These guys here. And no more on top. I think we got a nice bundle there, kids. And now this goes into the jus, this now. Now I don't have their system, which with as deep a pot, but I want, so I'm just gonna give this a good dunking all the way through. And now set it on top. Oh, goodness gracious. That, there you go. In the Brennan and Carr world, this whole thing could be dunked. Or they could take a ladle and just pour more of the jus on top. I don't think that's my move today. I think I want this to be my move. I cut it in half. Look at the delicious inside. Oh, crap. Oh, my heart just skipped. And now I pick this guy up and I go like this. I'm gonna dunk in here for extra like that. And that will be my bite. Might be the best dip roast beef thing ever. I don't even know what to say. I do know that that eye of round, cooked the way we cooked it, is insane. And this is insane. And not too much Worcestershire, by the way. And the horseradish sets the whole thing off. All right, make it, don't eat the same thing all the time. I'm a broken record, I know. Go to shopsdcg.com, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Tells you that you love us, because we love you, all of us. Holy shit. You gotta do this. You gotta do it. Look the recipes below.